Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Food by Scoob. My name is Scoob. Today, we will be making a Kaluha Pig. Now, Kaluha Pig is commonly referred to as Hawaiian braised pork. Normally, traditionally, you would take a whole pig or a half a pig, wrap it up in teal leaves, and cook it in ground, and you would get this nice smoky pulled pork flavor. Now, as you can tell, I live in an apartment, and also I think my neighbors, if I did own a house, wouldn't like the fact that I would be constantly digging up dirt to cook a pig. But either way, we're going to do this in a home version. Now, there will be a few modifications to this. For instance, chilies is normally native to Hawaii, but I will be using banana leaves, which you can find in H Mart and a Latino market. And I will leave a link in the description to, in case you would like to recreate this, where you can find banana leaf. Also, another characteristic of which people would like to say is it's the whole smoky aspect of it. Me personally, I don't like to use liquid smoke. Not saying that you can't use it. For me, I feel like smoke is one of those organic flavors that you just cannot replicate unless you actually have the wood. But there is a way around this, because when I think of the smokiness texture, I think of the umami texture. And one of the ways that we can get this without smoking is that there is this soy sauce base seasoning called Maggies. They do sell this in a smaller amount, but I like to use this more in the day-to-day cooking. And the person that taught me how to make Kaluha Pig refers to this as simply as umami. And in case, which I will probably do a fried rice video, but in case you really want to get that, I think the Chinese call it wok. If you really want to get that nice charred flavor of a fried rice and you can't do it this high, adding Maggies will actually provide this for you. So, with that said and done, we're going to do it with coconut cilantro rays. We got ourselves some romesco broccoli, switch it up a little bit different with seared pineapple. And the pineapple juice we'll be using as the braising liquid. And this will get seared with some fresh ginger and, sorry, the pork will get seared, and then you'll see in the video, we're going to use some fresh ginger, garlic, wrap it all up, make it look good. So let's start the cooking process.
So for the romesco, I'm just treating it like it's a cauliflower. Cut off the roots. Cut up into bite-sized pieces, and then it will get seasoned with salt, pepper, and then toss. And I put it on a sheet tray with a non-slip pad, and I cook it at 350 for between 10 and 15 minutes until we get nice golden color. As you've seen before in all of my other videos, I love to use the Japanese mandolin. This is a great way just to get thin cuts, and as you can tell, always use a glove. There is a hand guard that goes with it, but I prefer using gloves because in case I cut myself, the glove will stop. And this is a good way to do a mincing, but you also don't have to do it this way. You could just mince it without the mandolin. So for the seared pineapple bar, as you can see here, I'm clearly peeling it. And then afterwards, I will cut it into halves because I'm trying to go for a half moon shape. So I'm literally cutting a V shape into the half of the pineapple so we can get nice good parts so it can be seared. Afterwards, grab my handy dandy small cast iron pan, a little bit of canola oil, and then we will sear the pineapple. Now, if your pineapple is sticky, then the sugar content in the pineapple is high, so the sear process will be greatly affected. But after essentially 2 minutes, I like to flip it. The moment that I see some nice caramelization on it, I will pull it off and then just season it with salt, and the salt will help the sweetness. So I take the pork belly and I will begin to score on both sides of the pork shoulder. Then afterwards, I'm just going to season with salt and black pepper on both sides. Hindsight is 2020. Now, if you have a Dutch oven like I am about to roast it in, then you could clearly sear the pork in the Dutch oven. But I was doing this just to show a better angle. And in case you don't have a Dutch oven and you have a roaster or a crock pot, then the modified version will be in the description. But I seared it on both sides, and then afterwards I will take the garlic and the ginger and I will essentially try to smother it, especially get it into the grooves. I am taking Maggies and I am drizzling it on both sides. There will be extra liquid, but that is okay because any extra liquid can just go back into the roasting device along with the pineapple juice. At this point, as you clearly see, I am folding up the banana leaf in the pork, trying to make sure that everything will be nice and moist and covered during the cooking process. So now the pork is coming out of the oven. Then once you take it off after 3 hours, it will look like one of the TV shows where the tenderness of the pork will essentially break down with no type of effort. You can clearly see here. And because of the moistness of the pineapple juice, it's pretty tasty. So for the coconut rice, use 2 cups of jasmine rice, 1.5 cups of water, and 1 can of coconut milk. The reason why I am using a higher ratio of water, despite me adding a can of coconut, because coconut milk doesn't have enough water in it, and there will be a time where the rice will be cooked and get hard before it's done. Then I will just finally mince 2 bunches of cilantro once the rice is cooked and mix it in, and there you have it.
All right, everybody. Boom. We have it. Kaluha Pig with roasted romesco, seared pineapple, and coconut cilantro rice. Very good. I love this. And also, if you're on the East Coast, this is very good, very refreshing, especially on these late spring or even winter months, and even all year round, just like the summer. See you next video.